Okay, let me just make sure that I am live everywhere where I need to be live and that you guys can hear me properly. But here we go. Welcome everybody to the Overthinking Football Show. My name is Jordaan Milford. I'm your host, and this is the show where we love all things South African football. All things South African football, all things African football, and every now and then we may dip our toes in European football, but it's mostly about our South African game as we try to lift it and bring a different conversation and a different feel to this sport that we love so much. Today, of course, we've got Richards Bay versus MAMELODI Sundowns over at the Kings Welithini Stadium. That is where this current game is going to be played, is being played. And we're going to catch that first half there. MAMELODI Sundowns coming into this game, number one in the log, 10 games played, 9 wins, no draws, 1 loss. And then, of course, 20 goals scored versus 4 conceded, for a grand total of 27 points. Whereas Richards Bay is number 15, a familiar place for the team because they find themselves exactly where they ended off last season. Number 15, 11 games played, 2 wins, 2 draws, and 7 losses altogether. Then, of course, they've only scored 4 goals and they've conceded 11. Oh, Ribeiro with a violation. What's happening? Okay, 11 goals for a grand total of 8 points. Sundowns News, welcome. Team Yako is playing. Okay, so there was just a little break there so that Ribeiro could get some tape over his socks, but we are going to be starting just now. Before people ask, OT, thank you. Bongs, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to pin this comment. I'm going to pin this comment because I see you know what I know. Okay, so like I said, number 1 in the log versus number 15. That is how it is. Richards Bay, of course, letting go of their coach, Brandon Schroeter, a couple of weeks ago. Ronnie Gabriel is the coach of Richards Bay. MAMELODI Sundowns, of course, also themselves dealing with a coaching change where they brought in Miguel Cardoso to be the new coach of MAMELODI Sundowns, letting go of Now, in the last 5 games that these teams have played together, MAMELODI Sundowns have won all of them. Richards Bay has not been able to win or draw versus MAMELODI Sundowns. Last time we saw them was the 2nd of April, where MAMELODI Sundowns beat Richards Bay 1-0. And before that, on the 23rd of August 2023, MAMELODI Sundowns beat Richards Bay 1-0. Also that time, the last 5 games, MAMELODI Sundowns has 4 wins and 1 draw. Last game out being a 1-0 win versus the Amazulu. Staying with the KZN team, and then of course Richards Bay, their last game out was the 1-0 win versus the Arrows, another KZN outfit. Now the starting lineups are as follows: you have Makula in goal, you have Mabuya, Ellen, Mcineka, Ndaba, Zigali, Tetwa, Kumete, Mbutuma, Tembu, and Unsundwana as the starting lineup for Richards Bay. Then MAMELODI Sundowns has Onyango in goal, coming in for a suspended Ronwin Williams, who got a red card in the last game. You have Mashiko, Obas, Kekana, and Mudiba. Then you have Khoza, Mokwena, Ribeiro, Koisang Morena, and Sales. So we're going to see that man who Sales coming into the team with the front 3 of Ribeiro, Sales, and Korisang. We'd expect Korisang to drop into the midfield a lot more. You've got a midfield that has Mokwena, Umudiba, and you have Obas as the 3. And then, of course, at the back, you have that wonder boy, man. Khoza, man. That wonder boy, Khoza. Coming together with Ukekana, with Mashiko on the left and then Morena on the right. Now, what's going to be interesting about this game is going to be how Morena fits into all of this. We saw in the game that he played for MAMELODI Sundowns under Cardoso that he was asked to do a lot more of a defensive role, and he kind of disappeared in the game. We know Morena for his attacking attributes. We know that he's good at going forward. We know that he loves going forward. He injects pace. He does a little bit different than Umudau. Umudau also loves going forward, but unlike Umudau, Morena has that final pass. He can cross, he can cut back, he can do all of those things. He can attack the defender directly and beat them. But when he's asked to defend, it does become a little bit of an issue on that side. But here he goes, overlapping. So I think we know what's going to happen today with him. Another question that we have is going to be if Umudiba and Obas and Mokwena in that midfield, they can be comfortable. Now, on the Richards Bay side, hey, Richards Bay, but has been struggling for a very long time. Apparently, there are rumors, there's a player there, Ustebe, who's making a noise, allegedly, and has been released by the club. But Richards Bay on its own also needs to decide, especially about that man Unsundwana. I say this every time we watch a game that has Richards Bay. Unsundwana is tall. Unsundwana is physical. I think his physicality would be great versus the Sundowns team, especially versus Khoza and Kekana. But they're going to play him on the right-hand side. And I don't know if the player just wants to be a winger and that is all he's come to do. But I think his best position would be up front, especially if you can play balls to him, because once he gets the ball on the wing, what can he do? He can't go forward. He's too slow to go forward. He can't take players on because that's not his shandis. And then, you know, when he gets the ball and crosses the ball, who's he crossing to? Because we often find Figueiredo on the bench, for example. So that's going to be an interesting thing to see how Richards Bay goes forward and how they're going to play. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying in the comments. Yes, I'm going to say it once. I cannot show the match. Because of copyright. I do not own the copyright to any of these things. I do not have enough money to do those type of things, to show you the match or to even show you the highlights. So what we're going to do is watch on your TV. I'm watching on Supersport, and then join me in the comments. It's a very interactive show, remember, so you'll be able to jump in and talk to me live while I'm here. But if you're watching on YouTube, to add your voice to the show and join one of the panels, you have to join me live now on TikTok and follow the account first. Then, multi-guest button at the bottom of your screen. Click on that. I let you in. We have a conversation. Halftime, I bring in 5 people. We discuss what we've seen in the game. And then if we get to 30,000 by halftime, second half, I leave it open. Everybody can jump in and give me a minute of their thoughts of what they're seeing in the show. Guys, there is a slide here, but I have to say, I'm nominated at the TikTok Awards under the Sports Creator of the Year category, thanks to you guys and your support. But it is a voting award. So if you could please do me the favor of going to my TikTok profile, clicking on the link that's there, and then voting. You get 1 vote every day up until the 31st of December at 1 minute to midnight. So please, guys, vote. This is a chance for us to show that South African football means something. I am the only creator there who covers exclusively South African football. So please, support-ani, man. Support-ani, and we'll go from there. Okay, Amogile Tom is the ref. He's there to try and help Pirates. Hey, Mar. Hey, sir, welcome. Is Morena a striker or defender? He's a defender. Z, welcome back, Z. Oti, the last episode of 3-Man Press was bloody incredible. I'd kiss. Thank you. 3-Man Press, guys. We've got a YouTube channel, 3-Man Press. It's myself, Khalifang, footballer Khalifang, and Ulindo Pep, where we speak about some really important things in the game. As ASAP is saying, we've released an episode this week. So please check it out, guys. Check it out. Very, very dope conversation. And I don't think you can find conversations like that anywhere else on TV, on anywhere outside of the Overthinking Football Show every Monday to Thursday at 7 p.m. And then, of course, the TTB show that's also Mondays and Thursdays at 9. Sundowns plays a slow game. Richards Bay must do what's right. I must do what's right. What must they do? That's right, Z. Phela nishaya abantu 8-1. Now ngifuna ukuthi Sundowns ingashaya abantu. Here comes Morena. You know what's going to be interesting to watch for me? Sales. And the reason why I say Usales is going to be interesting this game, the best game we've seen from Usales was when he was playing a false 9, almost a 10 type position. What we've realized about Usales is that he likes to play the ball. He likes to have those 1-2s. If you play the ball into him, he'll play it back to you. And you can run at the defense that way. Ooh, Ribeiro just wide. You can run at the defense that way. But as we're seeing now, he's been placed in the 9 position. He's playing as an out-and-out striker, which means that you're probably not going to see him. Another interesting player that I am looking at is Ukorisang. Ukorisang Naye, where we've seen him be incredible, was when he was playing a false wing. You know the Mamelodi Sundowns 3 up front, even with Themba Zwane there, used to be a false wing. That player used to come inside and play the ball. And that's where Korisang has been incredible. Amazulu did a good job last game out of sort of flooding the midfield and not allowing Mamelodi Sundowns to play the ball there. So it forced them out wide a little bit. and you could tell that they were losing balls quite a bit. Now, Richards Bay, I don't think they're going to do this, but if they want to get something from this game, you have to take advantage of Onyango no Kekana. Those are the two that you have to take advantage of. Mashiko looks pretty comfortable. Aubrey's up in midfield now. So you have to see if you can't stop them from playing the ball from the back, or take advantage of the fact that Onyango is not very comfortable there, right? Up to this point, we haven't seen much of Richards Bay. Mamelodi Sundowns has been playing as expected, but maybe Richards Bay is trying to recharge. There has been a little bit of an issue there right before this play, where Mamelodi Sundowns had 3 players in attack versus 2 defenders of Richards Bay, and one of the defenders had to go out to Ribeiro. So it seems like there will be some counter-attacking opportunities. Can Sales do what Reynas has done so well this season? I don't know, but it does look like there's going to be a lot of space in behind. A draw will be good, says Utubi. Z says they must collect 3 points. Richards Bay, Abogid is there for you. Mishak says, yes, he's similar to Isak. Yeah, very similar to Isak. I'm not sure about his finishing. I can't say his finishing is Isak level, but all I know is Ribeiro can score goals today. Ribeiro can score goals. Get the ball in attack, play the 1-2, play the wall pass off of Sales, and you'll get a couple of shots. That's what I'm going to tell you here. These right, Richards Bay must fix the country. Why are they fixing the country, guys? How? And guys, please tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen, tap the screen. We're trying to get to 60,000 likes for today. But then also, Kupari gift, guys. Kupari gift, Tanki Lebza with the roses. Kupari gift, man. How? Can I end the year with some gifts, guys? Can I end the year kile right, man? So they give us a Bugina Tom when Paris is Nazo. But I don't like any conspiracy theory. Before I forget, let me get to my
The game has changed today. There's betting, there's all these people are emotional.
People are emotional. Tell me, when you say people are emotional, how are you guys betting on your bet slips? What does this game look like? Is it under 2.5? Is it a straight Mamelodi Sundowns win? I mean, in the last 3 games that they've played together, Richards Bay has been able to hold Mamelodi Sundowns to 1 goal. I know I'm being kind, but they're able to hold Mamelodi Sundowns to 1 goal. Can they do that here? How do you guys think this game is going to end? Let me know there in the comments. Let's see. Na Richards Bay. Awunsundwana Trivela. Who's the striker? Kim Tembu. I need to see who the striker is. Oh, Trivela, sure boy. Oh, okay, right. Umputuma. Yeah. The big team is playing tomorrow. Which big team? Which big team? Are you talking about commercially big, or are you talking about big in the league? Oh, nice shot. Wow. Okay. Tembu, the guy who had wrongly named, taking a shot there. Mamelodi Odro says the Khuputso Sales 2 goals today, says Korani. Ow! And Mtembilu salesman, ne? Mamelodi Sundowns will want to win by 8 goals and above, says Henrik. No, but that's very interesting, because as it stands, let me just pull it up. As it stands, Mamelodi Sundowns' goal difference. Okay, no, Pirates is coming, because goal difference is going to be very close. Pirates have scored more goals than Mamelodi Sundowns, thanks to that 8-1 rolling over last week, or during the week. People, this is a BTTS. Oh, both teams score. Teams are losing the ball far too easily in the early stages of the game. I don't know why you guys will not hear me when I tell you that mokwena is not a ball-playing midfielder. He's not a ball player. He's not a ball carrier. If you need him to make a simple pass, he'll make it. But when you ask him to do higher grade things, he struggles. And that's not to say that he's a bad player. He serves a role there in that midfield. And if you watch him, if there's ever a counterattack, the foul will always come from mokwena. and it will be an unassuming foul, or push the guy a little bit just so that Mamelodi Sundowns can relax. The real ball player there has to be Alenda, who unfortunately is not on the pitch. So I don't know between him and Obas, Obas Limang, Mudiba, who's going to be the primary ball handler there. You know, Mudiba, though better than Mokwena in terms of playing the ball, is also not like, you can't trust him to bring the ball up. He's an auxiliary player. He's the guy who comes in and can play when you're going forward. But in terms of actually playing that ball, I don't know, man. I don't know. So let's see what the midfield does. Sundowns looks open, man. They look open. I don't know if Richards Bay is going to be the team that can take advantage of that, but they look very open. Umashiko, I'm not sure. I'm not sure because they're going to end up defending in the 2. And when they defend in the 2, one counter-attack can put them under pressure if they defend with the 2. If they leave Kekana and khoza, which they usually do, Morena is already going up. Umashiko has found himself up the pitch too. So, one counter. But again, it is Richards Bay. So Richards Bay, I can't say that they're the strongest. Sundowns will end the year on the high note and win today with 2-0. Says Jackson, coach gets suspended, then Pirates gets 8 goals. Heban. How do people bet Kaizer? I always look, but because I can't say, you don't. Who? Do you want to lose your money? Correct. His ball playing ability improved drastically under Rulani. Hence, people are confused. I think people are. It's not even about his ball playing ability. Remember, Rulani flooded the midfield. Mudiba, Alende, Kutsia, Mokwena, Tshwane dropping in. They were all in that midfield. Those players dropping into the midfield or getting into the midfield. It makes it a little bit easier to pass the ball around. So it wasn't for me a situation of, it had improved drastically. It's just that when there's five midfield players who are playing in a close circle, they can play off of each other a lot better. That's why the wall passes look a little bit better. The thing is, but the moment he's left alone, if you think about bafana, he can play the simple pass back. Ball comes in, he plays it back. Turning and playing the ball, Bafana used to play those long balls to Makopa for a reason. So again, guys, it's not to say that he's a bad player. It's just saying that he has a skill set that is different. And what Umangoba was doing with his play, it was asking a lot from these players. So you're no longer a midfielder that has cover and support. You are a midfielder that has to play midfield by yourself. Allende looked a little bit shaky at times because he's by himself. He has to worry about when I lose the ball, who's going to cover me? I have to go cover, I have to go do this, I have to go do this. Whereas they could play free, knowing that moment they lose the ball, Kutsia Mokwena recover or they slow down the gameplay and they play. So that's a very, very interesting part of this conversation we're having. Guys, 16 minutes in. There's been maybe one shot, I believe, from Ribeiro. Sundowns fans, are you worried about the production of the team? Are you worried? Do you think that it's something to scare you? Because if you look at the Amazulu game, for example, is it Amazulu? Yeah, you look at the Amazulu game. Amazulu, at some point, were a little bit dangerous. I know that there was a point where, hey, you guys had missed a lot, especially with the Stellies. But do you worry about the chance creation of the team these days? Thank you, khanye. Guys, link in my bio. Vote for me, please. Sports Creator of the Year at the TikTok Awards. TikTok Awards Sub-Saharan Africa. Link is in my profile. Click on it. Go to the sports category and click the vote now button next to my name. That is how you vote. You can vote once every day for me. You get 10 votes in total, or you get 10 votes, one for each category every day. But for me, Kopalem voting go Sports Creator of the Year. Do you think Makesi will destroy us tomorrow? No, I don't think so. Makesi is going through some things, man. So no, I don't think so. Hate when the ball is played to the back. If Arende is not playing, Kulise must play. Mokwena and Obas, they are the same player. Jero, why do you guys trust Kulise? Hey, Namtan Kulise. No, Mayema. Those are the two players I hear a lot. And in my head, I'm just like, excuse me, I know that they're good players, but they haven't given you much. If we're being honest, let's be honest. I'm not saying they're bad players again, but why? Oh, there we go, Sales. There we go, Sales. Salesman. Oh, Salesman 1-0. Salesman 1-0. As I said it, Mamelodi Sundowns finds a way to attack and score. Mamelodi Sundowns takes a 1-0 lead.
I just got the notification. It's a goal.
Oh, Salesman. 60 million. He's finally doing something there. Let's see. Kala's got 2 assists. Doesn't he have like 2 assists as well? OT, is it me or Sundowns looking like they want to attack with the side of Mashego? Half and half. I think it's interesting with Mashego in because when they had Lunga in, oh, what a goal, what a pass. Oh, Ribeiro number 10. Oh, Ribeiro number 10, guys. Hey, Ngantela, Ribeiro number 10. Well, we saw Lunga get placed there, and I assume that was for a little bit more protection to allow Kodisan to play more. But it does seem like, not necessarily up the left-hand side, they are going central a lot, which is a good sign. That's where Mamelodi Sundowns is strong, I think. So far, so good, says Utumi. The style Sundowns is playing is not their style, says Ubongani. Korani says not necessarily because we're creating chances, but we failed to capitalize. That's true. We only drew a lost games that included Mokwena. Dumi says, I'm worried about Kaizer Chiefs. Not necessarily. I think Sundowns' problems has been defending. So if that's good, attacks will come. No, that's true. That's true. Well, can I then ask, Agent, have you been tested like that? Have you been tested in the defensive way? Because it still feels like defensively you are trusting Khoza a lot. Khoza and Kekana, whoever's playing with Khoza, today it's Kekana, you're trusting them a lot defensively. There hasn't been, outside of maybe a Raja, there haven't been teams that have come directly at you like that, especially on the counter. Raja was trying very hard to do that type of thing when you guys played them. It was Raja, ne? Yeah, Raja was trying very hard to do that thing, Call of Us. But to be fair, you haven't conceded. So, I mean, oh, there's the first chance for Richard Bay. Save Onyango. As we're speaking about the defense. Yeah. Sales 1 down, 1 to go. Unati, how are you doing, my brother? Makesi will cause an upset. Trust me, tomorrow, says Agent. Our 60 million sales scored. We need Boma 3 goals today, says ASAP. Mahopen to please must come and take notes from sales. South American partnership got them a goal. No, but Wongs, do you know what's nice about that goal? I think it's something that Sundowns has been working on. Maybe Ukos Caroso has been working on. So if you look at the movement of it, when Coach Caroso started, and even Coach Mangoba at times, they were playing Reina's wide left. And I think he was going a little bit too wide in their attacks. So if you watch the last few games, he's been playing wherever the striker is more centrally, and they've been trying to release that player with through balls, direct through balls, pace on pace. I had questioned whether Sales would be able to do that, but I guess he might not have the pace of Reina's, but he's got the timing. He's got superior timing. So they've been trying to play those type of balls more often than not. And again, Ribeiro in the 10. Oh, Ribeiro in the 10, guys. Oh, Ribeiro in the 10, guys. Hey, what a player. Oti, I really feel like we can't depend on Mayem and Kulisa. We need Mbule. I know. Do you know what it feels like, ne? It feels like there is a first team of players. We know that. It's the guys who always play, the guys who always start. We're fine with it. But those secondary players, especially the guys that have been there for a while, don't you question them and say, man, is Mkulise all that? Is Mayema all that? Umbule nae when he was there, Abu Master Chef. Are they players that are good enough? Or is it a case of they need to be given chances in order for them to build up to that? And can you afford to build up to that? Can you afford to build up to that in this type of environment? Pela, Nabo, I've got questions about Abo Mapena. Will Cardoso care much about the youth, knowing that he's on the clock? There's so many new things to look out for with this Mamelodi Sundowns team. You know, they're on the clock. They can't experiment. It's not experimentation time anymore. You know, it's not somebody who's been there for a while who understands everything. Why isn't Sundu understanding where he is? You should be the one harassing Khoza. And you've got this big striker who's got everything and you can't. Alright, guys. Hey, the noise we're going to receive since sales scores. Hey, Gooby. Hey, Stan, Gooby. As Sundowns, I don't think we've been tested to the fullest so far, says Ukodane. I don't think you're going to be tested in the PSL. I will still stick to what I say every single time with Mamelodi Sundowns. The challenge for Sundowns is not these games. The challenge for Sundowns has always been the games of consequence. A cup final, the Champions League when it gets into the knockouts. That's been the challenge. That's where Sundowns has been struggling or failing, right? When you're looking Pirates in the eye. In the league, it's nice because you can, not nice, but they've worked themselves into a place where you can win these type of games. Mara, can you fix... Rulani's only weakness was that. We saw it in the Carling knockout, we saw it in the MTN8, was that. Especially the last 20, 25 minutes, right? That's also... I wonder if Cardoso can fix the last 25 minutes. They can fix the last 25 minutes. Hashem. You win everything. You win everything. 25 minutes of games of consequence. You win everything. Oh, save Onyang. We haven't been challenged yet, but we have been working hard off the ball. Tags good. Is it true Raja Casablanca could clear? I don't think so. I would love it though. Bule is good enough. OT Mayama is lazy. Kulise can't read the game. Interesting. Interesting. I don't know. It just feels like those players that everybody loves. And sometimes when you love somebody, hey, but honest. And Sundwana is playing wide. He's not a number 9. I would put him in number 9. I would put him at 9. I would not take him to the wing. I would put him straight at 9. In fact, I would play him and Figueiredo over Mputuma, to be honest with you. Right? Have them be almost like a front two. If Unsundwana wants to play with the ball, rather play with the ball in the 10 and have Figueiredo, who's also got some energy and he brings something. So you'll see when he comes on second half, they usually make that change. When he comes on second half, the attack changes a little bit because they've got a lot more power. They're running more. So I would always say to Richards Bay, why not try that out from the beginning of the game? Okay, Richards Bay. But it doesn't make sense for me to have your biggest player, your strongest player, the guy who can shoot, the guy who can do all that stuff. You can't have him playing on the wing, man. Maybe that's why the number 50. Oh, there comes a shot. Oh, yeah, that would have been an incredible goal. No, I would have had to apologize to Mputuma. Was he really trying to put that in from there? That is insane. That control. I think he scored a header, not a similar header, but he's done the headed goals before. Yo. Hey. Should Onyango start ahead of Williams when he comes back? No, Williams straight in. Agent. Williams straight in. I don't even want to say anything more. Our challenge is winning crucial games, especially cup finals. That's all. Sundowns have generally struggled with games of consequence since the early 2000s. It's rather odd. Yeah, it is. And I don't know what it is. You know, former coach of Richards Bay, Coach Vusmuzi Vilakazi, Coach Kanu, has been quoted saying that the critical phases of the game is where his players struggle. So he's talking about Amazulu. He's spoken about it with Richards Bay. Is it maybe something that Sundowns also has? Oh, agent, you speak about him once and then already he's sitting down. Oh, is it a time for February? Relax, Mikel, relax. Why is Mikel? Why does he look so scared?
bathini ukusheka ngesulu njalo.
Oh, qaqazela.
Why you qaqazeling, my brother? Relax. Go.
Why does he look so nervous? Oh, Onyango. Is it a soft king? What do you call it? A soft muscle injury or what? Okay, let's see. Sundowns have generally struggled. Okay, our eternal youngsters. Hi, man. I know, agent. I know. Mkulis is only 21. He's got so much football ahead of him. But I worry. But I worry about the boy, man, and his future. If he wants to get better and get that Chiefs contract, he needs to do a little bit more. Before anybody says anything, guys, I know Mkulis is 29. I know. Ow! Panyaza. Sundowns can't deal with set pieces. They should also work on that. That's true. Well, Miles, set pieces and crosses. Set pieces and crosses. That is, at least for Williams. I think Onyango, here's the interesting part. To Agent's point about, a question about whether Onyango should stay on when Williams comes back. I feel like they've got two different skill sets. So Onyango is a keeper's keeper. He's an old school keeper. Yeah, he can pass every now and then. He can play it out, Mara. He's solid. Like if you look at some of the saves, you look at how he commands the box, how he gets the ball and does all of those things. You can tell that Onyango is an old school goalkeeper who does that. Williams gives you the opportunity to play the ball. You know, play the ball, doing all of those things. So it's two different keepers, but still, Williams all day. Stanley says he's smelling a goal from Richards Bay. Let's see what they can do, but they have to get forward more. I think they have done well up to this point, I think. They have had some opportunities. Onyango has had to save maybe 2 or 3 shots. So that's a good thing. Can they sustain it? What can they do? I don't know. They must just hope that Sundowns doesn't score another goal. Then if they score that other goal, Hashem. Oti, even when he was playing for Amazulu, he was playing wide. No, that's what I'm saying, Chero. And he disappeared in that game. It was similar to the game, the final with Makesi. I believe he played in the final with Makesi. He was playing wide, and he disappeared in that game. It was the game versus... Was it Stellis or Raja? Stellis or Raja? One of those games, that's where Korisang came inside, and he started playing central, where we were like, yeah. And then it was a 2 up front. Yes, it became a 2 up front with Ribeiro and Reynas, with the Ribeiro dropping back in, but they would essentially have 2 guys up front with all of the other guys dropping back. And Korisang, I think, looked incredible there. I don't know about putting him up there and asking him to strike. I mean, where he's standing right now, I think he's a ball player. I think he's comfortable with the ball. So waiting for the ball to get there, I don't know. Waiting on the defense, trying to beat the defense. He goes missing for me. Here comes Richards Bay again. Look, you're crossing. Who? Onyango is proven to be a great keeper. Williams is a great football player. That's a better way to put it, Lebza. As Pirates were signing Mbutuma, Bohan says Williams is like Kune. He comes back to start regardless of the second keeper's doing. We need 3 goals, Nyana. Hey, Chosen. Pirates scores 8 goals in a game, and then all of a sudden, La Sheikha. Yeah, La Sheikha.
La Peniska Lena. Ualena wa Penika. The Penigi Shatot.
La Periska, La Periska. Pirates just reminded you guys of what Pirates was. Pirates is a team that can score 8 goals in a game, but then they can struggle to get one in the next game. But let's see. Oti, where's our legend, Riyad Peterson? I'm not sure. I don't know where he is. I don't want him to come back. I don't know. Why is Panyaza attending so many Sundowns games? Panyaza was also at the... what's the team that bought his Swallows? Gallant's game. He was at the Gallant's game as well. I thought that one was more shaky because I'm like, oh, they buy your team, now you're showing up. Is there a share scheme that Abraham Sillo has cut you in on there? Since Machaka has turned his back on us, he must. Is Machaka wearing the Chiefs kit? Or what? Or such winning Sundowns. Listen, these star fans. Richards Bay wingers must try cutting instead of cross. I agree completely, Hendrik. I agree completely. Look, let's be honest. Let's be honest. If we talk about crossing teams, the best crossing team that we have is most probably Makesi. Supersport, number 1, Makesi, number 2. I sometimes don't understand it when our teams start crossing when they get to the box, because you think of it and you go, look, Tsunana Pitsi's man. Who's in the box? Where are they? How are they going to play that ball? Look at Tebza. You see what I told you about Tebza? Wins the ball back, does incredibly well winning the ball back. That's what he does, right? Plays a wayward pass into midfield. That puts a hospital pass to Obas. You guys get what I'm saying about Mokwena? Ugly football in finals. I personally wouldn't mind it as long as it secures cups. I don't know about changing styles. I saw some of that conversation. I don't know about changing styles. I just think it's a concentration thing. And it might not even be a lack of concentration. I think, and Agent, we've spoken about this before, especially when it came to Rulani. Sundowns is the big dog in most of the games that it plays in a season. They're the big dog. They're the cool and calm one. The problem comes when you play against the other big dogs in Africa. And there, it's how long can you go without blinking? Are you going to be the first one to make a move? If you look at about Ahly will play the worst football for 90 minutes and just need 87th minute to score when the other team goes to sleep or the other team does whatever. Is it maybe Sundowns is a little bit too hyper aware that it's an important game? You know how, for example, if Sundowns was to get to a final with Ahly, let's say, Ahly would be a little bit calmer because they've been to finals in the past X amount of games, whereas Sundowns might not be as calm as the underdog in that game. And what has hurt them is either you're not making the right substitution in order to calm down the game, or you're trying to speed up the game and you're opening up, or Mvala will slip and there'll be a mistake. Is it maybe that Sundowns is hyper aware because they don't get, performance anxiety? Thank you, Shembe. They get performance anxiety when they get into those really important games, where you can't help yourself, man. Your heart is beating fast and all of that type of things. Is it that's harming Sundowns? And maybe you need a coach who can instill just that calm. Just be calm, guys. You don't need to rush. You don't need to go looking for spectacular goals. Just be calm. 36 minutes in, it is 1-0 to Mamelodi Sundowns. Let's see. OG, can I ask something? Is Steve in charge of the lineups for now? But Cardoso's doing fine tuning. I wanna agent. Don't take me down that road, please. Don't take me down that road. Don't take me down that road. Because Steve is coaching a lot. Even before Cardoso came in, those last few games, Steve is coaching a lot. Well, look, to be fair, Cardoso said that he's not going to change much. He's not going to change too much of what Sundowns was doing before he came in. I think that's smart. I think he's going to tweak here and there. There is a learning curve, so I wouldn't be surprised if Steve has a lot more say in how the team is playing and going. Hey, Mashiko is a messy player, eh? He falls a lot. Awongile. You see, these teams don't know the dark cards. When a guy stands in front of a goalkeeper like that, you have to speak. Just to make the thing aware. The passing has been atrocious over the past 2 games for us. OT, yes. We're going to see another 1-0, most probably, Stanley. Most probably. Makes sense. Just like Sundowns in the league, they will be calm in the title run. Chiefs, exactly. Exactly. Big match temperament is not there. BMT. Richards Bay players want to break Sundowns players. Come on, guys. It's just a game of football. Wusi, are you forgetting that this team is number 15? They're about to fight a relegation playoff again if they don't fix something. Everything's on the line here. Oh, logo near crosser. Oh, near crosser. Because even rotation of players feels like a Steve Mangoba thing. Exact same. They haven't changed much. Caruso is not here to rock any boats. We'd say he's here to assess and see where everybody is. To be fair, what's this? This is his third week in charge. So I don't expect too much from him. This team is going to score, says Ukhopoto. What would you learn from a coach that has no trophy? Caruso will set himself to fail. He's the coach that played the final of the Champions League, something that Sundowns hasn't done, I think. Mashiko plays 100 kilometers wire and never slows it down. Even Magal Trepa, even Magal Trepa. It's like his mind still wants to go and then he'll fall and get up and fall. And but I mean, you need that sometimes. Okay, let's see. Sundowns building again. Watch. This is where I'd try win the ball back if I was Richards Bay. And I wouldn't even press. I'd just wait in the passing lanes. But the more you allow Sundowns to... Nazo lost the ball. Who lost the ball? You're gonna Alenda. I miss Alenda for Sundowns. I miss Alenda. The other guys try and do too much. Or was it Obas that lost that ball? I think Bongi means Steve. Mashiko and Masego, same. We went from 4x4 to 1x1. As long as you guys don't play us, I am fine. If ever you need a confidence booster, you guys want to confidence boost against us. We're heading to halftime. Remember how halftime works? I'll let in 5 people and we'll have a discussion and analyze what has happened here in the first half. And then 30,000 likes, guys, and everybody can jump in. By the time you want to jump in, we'll be sitting on 15, and now you'll have to tap your lives away to try and get to that 30,000. So let's tata scream. Thank you so much to Kutlwano, Kodani. Thank you to Mishek and Lebza Ausintabi for the gifts. Kupari gift, guys. I know Christmas is over, Mara presents are still accepted. Send the roses, send anything. Yeah, pick something there, guys. It really does help. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. Okay. Yeah. Richards Bay going into defensive formations to see out the first half. Nailo block no. Uhu, Mashiho. Oh. Why doesn't Sundowns just, play it centrally and take a shot? Oh, Morena. Chosen, what does Chosen say? Is it me or our defense is bad? I think it's been open. But Morena as a pure defender is not going to work. It's not going to work. Morena as a pure defender is not going to work. You're lacking a ball carrier. You defend in a 2, so if you can get caught out, something's there. Your players are very far apart in this new system. So even when you have the ball, it's so hard for you to go from one place to another. Nobody wants to come and take responsibility for the ball. And maybe that's where you give Mokwena credit and say, hey, at least he's showing for it. But look, no one's coming to the ball. No one's coming to the ball. Zing lost. Again, back to the conversation I told you guys about how Rulani's system protected these players. You always had support. Someone was dropping back. Aubrey was there. Kutsia was there. Allender was there. If you really were in a pinch, you could play to Mokwena. Now these guys are being asked to be their own players. And I think they're struggling a little bit with that. And they're hiding. That's not a good sign. When players start hiding, when playing the ball out and doing all those things, though, the moment they start hiding, then it becomes an issue. People will see what we mean when I say Allender is our important player. I will never understand the lazy thing. No, he's not lazy. He's not lazy. What's the famous overthinking football lie? Some people look busy, but are they effective? And sometimes the effective people don't look busy. Simple as that. Agent, are you joining at halftime or are you still pushing? What's not working? No, what's not working? Hey, don't scare me. Okay, I see what you mean. Mushiko is a Masego 2.0. That's what Agent has been saying. One-dimensional. Repeat it again. Some people are busy but not effective. They're running around, you see them. Others are effective without looking busy. But the Umesi walks around. He spends 70% walking of the game walking. But that 30% where he's on the ball, Hashem, you can't take it away from him. They're so far. Like, just think about it. When last did you see a ball play to a winger at Mamelodi Sundowns or play to a right back that has to go over a defender to get there? They're so far away from each other. I think that's the one thing Cardoso needs to fix. You see, now Richards Bay is starting to figure out what I'm saying. A bit too late because you're 1-0 down. Oh, Ribeiro just kicked Mkuneka. No, Uzikali. Just kicked him. 9-9. Danko says, please guys, vote, please vote. Oti, according to you, who's better between Sales and Mabasa? That's an unfair question. Mabasa. Because at the very least, he's got the ability to score over and over and over again. It might be inconsistent, but in terms of finishing, I'd say Mabasa. In terms of general play, I'd probably give it to Sales, but Sales doesn't. Hey, Sales goes missing, man. Sales goes missing. Mara, that's an unfair question. Natal Rich Boys don't press Sundowns' defense as Ubongs. They've got different skill sets. For example, Mabasa can't hold up a ball. So in the few games we've seen of Sales, he can hold the ball. Mabasa doesn't. Like if you ask Mabasa to drop in, and Mabasa needs to be, you need to have an active team in the box for him to be active. But that's why he finishes. That's all I'll give you. He finishes. You don't become, oh, there we go. Oh, Sales, after I've given you so much praise, after I've given you benefit of the doubt, we haven't seen the best of Sales. Is Ribeiro the best player in the league so far? I've never thought of that. Can I get back to you? Let me write it down. I would say Reina's, for me personally, is the best. Okay, halftime. Feel free to request by pressing that button at the bottom of your screen that says multi-guest and I will let you in, and we can analyze the first half and speak about what we saw there in the first half. So let's see who is here. And then I can find out exactly what you guys are thinking about the game. Dumi, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, I'm good, my man, and you?
I'm good. Dumi, 1-0. You're going into halftime 1-0 versus Richards Bay. How do you feel about the game?
I came sharp game namhla uthi, but into engiyibhekile umkwena uluza too much of the ball, man. I don't know why. Uluza too much of the ball. I'm happy usales ukorile lamuhla, and I hope udinga abamsupply kahle, man. Enye into angiyiboni kahle supply yakhe. I don't see iza kahle. So that's why I think le akamkwena lokuthi naye abe out of form lamuhla yamkhawatha lo mjidi.
Manje
Mara
i-midfield nilungisa kanjani knowing that abo Alenda bekho today?
nama into lenziwa lapha, but let's hope ukuthi second half boyobuya nge-change nge-planning e-right, because uma ungabheka siluza le bhola la kulo mfana lo umbani umthethwa nalo lomunye labathole ama-yellow card boy 2.
Yeah.
So I was hoping ukuthi no Mkhulisi uzoba ebenchini. Unfortunately akekho nasebenchini. But i-coach izobona thenza njani second half. No Cody sang na le game seyifuna ukubhora nje manje egcineni ngandlela abakabhana banyathelana ngakhona seyiba personal too much. Ngiyabona seyiba.
Mute when you come in, guys. Mute when you come in. Okay, Dumi, I'm gonna come back. Let me let everybody in. Ngoba khona question engifuna ukubuza yona. Let me bring in Uchero. Chero, welcome. How are you?
Othi, alright, Simfes.
Man, ngimnandi Chero. Chero, tell me about the first half. 1-0.
You know what, Oti? I mean, I come from the engineering background. I'm an electrician by trade. You don't fix something if it's not broken.
Yeah.
So you fired Coach Rulani, his team wasn't broken. After that, you fired Mangoba Mneti, his team was not broken. Now, we don't know what's happening here. My other question is, when do we start to judge this coach? Because we don't know what's happening. I feel like I'm watching a Kaizer Chiefs. There's no pattern of play. There's no purpose. It's just backward, sideways, and then long ball. There's no purpose. So, no, when I spoke to you earlier about Umkhulis, at least his intention is to carry the ball. Now you have Umkwena and Obas who are doing the same thing. No one is carrying the ball to the front three. Ukodisang is not coming back and retrieving the ball. No repair. So now they are playing in departments. It's like the defense is playing alone, midfield is playing alone, the strikers they are playing alone. So there is no link between these three departments.
Tell me about Mudiba. How does Mudiba figure in all of this? Because he's a midfielder now.
That guy, I don't know why they're making a midfielder. Mudiba, personally, as a left back, he's got good timing, may overlap and creating space and dribbling. Now you are making Mudiba as a playmaker, as a primary playmaker. He's not a primary playmaker. He's a playmaker when he's coming from the back and he's creating the overlap. That's when he can create play. Now his primary job is to create play, and he's struggling to do that. There's no pattern, there's no fluidity. That's why I'm asking you, when do we start to judge this coach? Because Mangoba was judged after his first game. Guys were saying he's taking away Urulani's ball. Now his chameleon ball is gone. Now Mangoba wants to change. When do we start to judge this coach? Because the way we're playing, the Pirates is gonna walk all over us.
I'm gonna come back. I'm gonna come back. Let me bring in Shembe. Shembe, welcome to the show. How are you, my brother?
Mashallah, Habibi.
Mashallah, Habibi.
Merry Christmas, Habibi. I want to say, first of all, the last episode of the 3-Man Press, Habibi, spot on, Habibi. Please keep it coming, Please, Habibi, it's a superstar episode, that one. If you haven't watched it yet, please go watch the episode. Mr. Utsi, ayapora leke, Mr. Utsi. Yeah, nyanyana leke. Yabhora le game Mr. Otsi. Yabhora umntana mulele manje. Khingekile naye. Mr. Otsi yasakha le game. But I think maybe this is that crossroad that we have to decide if we want to play exciting football or we want to win cup finals.
Yeah.
And I do think this type of game, this type of play that Cardoso is bringing into Sundowns, we can steal a final. We can steal a final, but the fans going to accept that with the style of play.
I wanted to ask you, aren't you shifting the goalposts, man? Because people were saying we want more goalposts, box entries, we want all of those things. Now we are winning 1-0, box and last like that. Marana win. Are people gonna be fine with that?
I think maybe Nazi Ukotosele was saying because the game that we played against Stellenbosch, that first half particularly, where we saw a lot of box entries, maybe Yindele Askaya the impression it was okay, this is the way going forward. And we're seeing a bit of a regression from that Stellenbosch game. We're seeing a lot of, and maybe it's due to the fact of the injuries that we have, Alenda Ageko, Mshisha Ageko, and then Mudiba is now playing as Sweni, so there is a lack of cohesion happening. There's a lack of cohesion, Mr. Otsi. There is a lack of synergy. I'm disappointed, man, by the sloppy passing, Mr. Otsi. Very, very sloppy, Mr. Otsi. The leadership, I need to, man, especially because Kaido Sele Wakala was one of my leaders, and they're not putting up their hands, Mr. Otsi. They're not putting up their hands. Everyone seems to be hiding away and shying away from taking responsibility. Yeah, man, and this was Kaizer silent in the long run.
Let me bring it to PK. PK.
I mean, OT, what up?
Lebatang PK. Do you want box entries? Do you want control? Do you want 1-0? Do you want 8-1? Oh, now I'm confused now.
OT, Oskaja, because I am a member. I have the right. Let me start by saying, guys, nekopa lego bayonyaga OT. Click there in the linking. The link will take you to the sports. What? When you are in the sports, click vote for OT. The competition is from now until the 31 December 11:59. Please let's support OT. We want him to bring it home. I mean, it's only me who can say it. Guys, please do that. And apparently the vote to the Tenamon. So vote. Please do the right thing. Show OT.
Thank you, BK.
So yeah, guys, so the steps to follow. Yeah. OT, let me start by saying I am glad that the system of Sundowns it's creating players to fit in, not players creating the system.
Yeah.
Vice versa. This is a thing that will take us for years. When the system is right, the players will fit in, not the other way around. So we don't have
Hey, TikTok, I'm not active enough. Okay, but it's fine.
Yeah, so I'm glad that we are creating that thing. Now we are seeing the likes of Kodisa and the likes of Silas coming into the play. I think the biggest argument has been, why is Sundowns having so many players but they are playing with one starting lineup? And now we are seeing changes, which is a good thing for me. So I'm glad that we are doing great. We are developing Kerata Fela Ribeiro Kesta. I'm not up for arguments. Ribeiro Kesta, Ntwane Kesta, Brazilian flavor. So Sundowns is playing, but I think in the middle field, OT, I don't know what is happening with Tebza. But even I want to pick two players, Tebza and Mudiba.
Yeah.
These players, Rabathoka, man. I think I missed the old Tebza and Mudiba. Mudiba and Tebza, with their shooting, with the dropping balls, you know when Iwela Momatunga Tebza and Iwela Momatunga Mudiba, the goalkeeper must work. But I'm no longer seeing that thing. And also we have seen that thing Mayema. Mayema used to be that player. If the ball is well and you're giving him a space,
Yeah.
you know definitely the goalkeeper have to work. I'm not sure about the middle field, especially when Mshishi is not there and Allende. Something is missing, man. Yes, Ribeiro is there. Ribeiro is a star, but sometimes you ask for okay. I think Ribeiro, it will be good to see Ribeiro, Reynas, Matthews, and Lukaku with this breakthrough pass. This guy can pass, and this one can run and finish well. I would like to see that combination, OT. For now, who's the other man? Kalkodisang. For now, they are still
midfield. Is it a responsibility thing that now, yes, Abomutiba, Mokwena had been playing in the team that has done very well, but they didn't have so much responsibility. And now, Sundowns doesn't have anybody who can shoulder that thing, man, midfielding.
I think, OT, they have reflected. This team have reflected. We've been playing well. Even go CAF. But what is the problem that we always reach more the quarterfinals in the critical stages?
Yeah.
And you will find that our middle fielders, all of them were attacking. You know when you know what you have to be scared when our middle fielder were hit ball and going forward. But now I see Sundowns middle fielders dropping back to say we are defending. A lot of the times they are helping a defense. I don't know if it's a strategy because of the ball that we are adapting to say let's scoop the ball. Ribeiro can make those breakthroughs. We find if we have Ribeiro, and now it brings a question of saying what when Allende comes back and Mshishi come back, what will Mshishi bench Obas or anyone again? How are they going to play it? I'm just curious on. Will we be brave enough to have those attacks against the middle fielder, or we are now defending and having a skillful player like you can see Ribeiro? He's instructed to say, feel free, dribble, do those pass through for several times. So I don't know how much that thing.
Let me go to Utumi. Tumi, very quickly, guys, for this last part. Tumi, what changes would you make in the second half in order to win this game? And what is your score prediction?
First of all, my score prediction is going to be 3-0.
Yeah.
Secondly, I need to advise the players of Sundowns. They mustn't let Abongile Tomo to get in their nerves, man. He cannot protect our players. We know.
Yeah.
It's the other Victor Gomez that is left in the PSL. So, but I'm a change in our pega Minelana. If bangaletha uReyners phakathi then we know ukuthi but lapho kubiza ukuthi uSales bamkhiphele ngaphandle, but I don't think they can sacrifice uKodisang as well ngaphandle if baletha uReyners phakathi, then unanjani uSales he can drop back to be as a cam, or he can play as a winger, or he can stay as a false nine.
Okay.
And then even no Shasha, he can still come in and then by press, because if Maupegile Richards Bay by press iya panic and le bola iya loser, so we need someone who's got that pace igalo khwazana ga Shasha ukuthi aba press until benza ama mistake. It's how most of our games we press more teams and then akandathi benza ama flop ba lo khwazana, and then enye i-change engayijabulela ga lo khwazana kubona baphinze bafake uLunga. I know Umashiko did play very well in the first half, but I need Ulunga on side, on the left back as well.
Chero, what changes would you make, and what's your score prediction?
For me, it pains me to say this, but it looks like a 1-1 game. I would like my team to win, but it looks like a 1-1 game.
Yeah.
Changes, Matthews for Kodisang. We need goal scorers and Urenas for Usales. I think maybe if we can do those changes, we can get a second goal, but I'm not convinced, man. It looks like a 1-1 game to me.
Okay. Let me go to ASAP. Shembe, tell me about what changes you'd make and what the score is going to be, according to you.
Mr. Otsi, man, I really feel for Kodisang, man. I really feel for him, man. And Sales, man. these players aren't being played in their natural position, Mr. Otsi. And when they get a chance to play, they're not abadlala ama position abo, Mr. Otsi. And that's why about disappear abadlala. Kodisang is a player, but yambona ukuthi man laba amsplotha khona kusindawo yakhe le Mr. Otsi. So ngifaka uTash, ngifaka uLunga, ngifaka uReyners. Into engayisho kwamanje. Yeah, man, we're sacrificing a lot of players for Urepero. For someone who's not consistent. We're sacrificing a lot of players for him. So he needs to show up now, Mr. Otsi, because lento ukuthi we start eating on the consistency, Mr. Otsi. Talent alone is not enough. Mr. Otsi ngizoti 1-0, Mr. Otsi.
Okay. PK, kupong kwa leona. What changes did you make in the second half, and what's your score prediction?
Sales for Reyners, Kodisang for Lethaku or Matthews, and then Mudiba for Mkhulise. Then score prediction, obviously we're gonna win 4-1. It's gonna be 4-1.
Hayo Mkhulise, unali Mayema, unali Mabuwe. Oh, Mayema, okay.
Yeah.
No, PK says 4-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Guys, the game is back. Thank you so much to the people that joined me now for the panel. If we can get to 30,000 likes, I'll keep it open and everybody can come in. Give me a minute of what you think. But we need 30,000 likes. And Kopari give the guys, sendang the gift, the man sendang the gift. Okay. Here are my thoughts about the first half. It was a slow first half for Mamelodi Sundowns. According to the stats, they had 4 shots. Both teams had 4 shots. Richards Bay had 1 more shot, 2 versus the Mamelodi Sundowns is 1 on target. So that already tells you what type of game this is. I think Mamelodi Sundowns has some issues that they need to fix. When you look at the midfield, there's nobody who wants to take responsibility in the midfield and actually come and fetch the ball and play the ball. You need a head honcho. And while mokwena, I give him credit for trying to take up that role, I do worry that he's not technically the player that can do those things, and that's why Sundowns is losing the ball quite a bit. I've spoken about Morena, where Morena looks great when he's playing as a wing back, but the moment you start making him sit and become a normal everyday right back, that's when you start losing him. So that's another issue that they need to fix. They're still defending the 2. I don't think there's going to be too much of a problem because Richards Bay is not going to attack them directly like that. They should be worried about a counter-attack, but Richards Bay doesn't have the players to do that. Now, when we get up front, what I said about Kodisang is when you play him in a 3, but you play him in a Sundowns 3 that plays the style of Matthews, the 3 that had RMR. When you play him that way, he will go missing because he's not a striker. He's not a forward. He's a ball-playing player. So you can't have him lining up with the defense of Richards Bay, waiting for the ball, waiting to make a run. That's going to take the player completely out of the game. I'm happy that Sales scored, but it's another one that has gone missing because, again, I think that Sales' best position is as false 9, almost as a 10. If you can play balls off of him, you will score a lot of goals. So if, for example, you were to take off Kodisang, bring in a Reyners or a Matthews, and literally tell Matthews or Matthews and Ribeiro that, guys, your sole thing today to do with Sales is he will stand in the middle, play the 1-2. So get the ball, play to him, make the run. Goals would come from all over the place. But if you're going to play him as an out-and-out striker, you are going to lose some of this. When it comes to Richards Bay, I think Richards Bay plays in patches, right? Richards Bay have shown that they can go forward. They can give Mamelodi Sundowns a little bit, a little bit of challenge when going forward, right? Because the Sundowns defense, they defend in the 2, all of those things that we've spoken about now, but they don't do it enough. It's not a repeated action where you see what they're trying to do. I foresee them bringing in a Figueiredo. That might make them a little bit more dangerous up front later on. They just need to hold on, I think, and keep this game to 1-0 up to that period that I always speak about with Mamelodi Sundowns from the 65th minute, where they kind of open up quite a bit. So let's see if that's going to happen in this game, if they're going to open in this game, and if Richards Bay can take advantage. I'm seeing somebody mentioning khoza. Oh, what a player. What a player. You know what makes khoza such an incredible defender, or so far what he's shown us? to be such an incredible player. He's got a maturity. He's really out of position. I even said in the last game that I don't know if Grant can be that cool under pressure, you know. But they are losing a lot of balls there in the midfield. They are losing a lot of balls when they have to build from the back and build up. So that should be a worry. And another big worry for Mamelodi Sundowns is very simple. Goals. How many close games can you play before the close games get to you? And I know Rulani used to do this quite a bit earlier on, but how many times can you have these games come in close and not take advantage? And maybe it's just a tactical thing because Abo Reina Zabeko. But yeah, Sundowns needs to work on those things. Khante, Richards Bay, you guys are not talking. You see, look, they're so far apart. Yes, Sundowns is so far apart. The players are not anywhere near each other. And that's stopping them from shoeshine and pianoing. That's even stopping them from putting together 2 or 3 passes, 3 or 4 passes getting forward. Because they're so... For the ball to get to Ribeiro, it has to be played over a defender. Then Ribeiro has to try play a one-touch pass into the middle. For a ball to get past a certain place, Mokwena has to try dink a ball over, or Ojango has to play a very long ball. That's going to be... Crossbar! Crossbar, Richards Bay, hit the crossbar. Hey, Mbutuma's good with his head. Hey, Mbutuma's good with his head. Wait. I wonder if Mbutuma can get Rambadare. Hashem. Richards Bay hits the crossbar. What did we say before halftime? Set pieces, crosses. Mamelodi Sundowns, that team, when you cross at Mamelodi Sundowns, hey, there's an issue. At least now they're crossing towards a target. But anyway, where are we? Poor Modiba is so lost. Theo, I remember we had an episode where we were watching a game, and I said, "Good, Modiba is a great. He's good with the ball at his feet. He's good with all of those things. Mara, when he doesn't have the proper support around him, extra midfielders, extra ball players, extra everything, and you put him into the midfield, he goes missing." Similar to Mkulise, similar to Maema. You could maybe give Mkulise some props because he's got effort. Mara, other than that, if they're asked to be the primary people, Hashem. Remember when I said that Mangoba's only sin, not even only sin, the problem with Mangoba's system was that he was asking these guys to be everything midfielders. He was asking them to be, you get the ball in the middle. Can you play it up? Can you defend? Can you break up play? Can you do all of those things without people next to you? Because you lose the ball and there's 2 pit bulls, Kutsia and Mokwena, who are ready to win the ball back for you. They'd lose balls and not have to worry about going back and defending, going back and winning balls, going back and doing those things. Now, when there's no one there, this is where it becomes an issue. So yeah, I don't know how you fix it because that bench is very thin in those type of players. I think Obas was coming along nicely with taking responsibility. Mara Ingati, at times when he plays with Mokwena, you see the seniority come into play. It's almost like Mokwena overshadows him. Sometimes he has this thing of like, khoza man. Stop that, man. Anyway, he has this thing where when he gets onto the pitch, Utito would become smaller. I think Mukwena's is overpowering Obas. I think. But that's just me. How do you guys feel about what I'm saying here? We're signing Butuma at Pirates as a rent house. Kana, you did say. Which side are you on? Crossbar is not a goal. Crossbar is a clear chance. I'm not on anyone's side, T-Touch. I'm not on anyone's side. All I'm saying is that that's something that needs to be fixed. They're trying now with the crosses. Caruso's or Hambana, if these boys don't wake up, especially that midfield, we desperately need a second goal. Deep. But the chameleon football is needed. But to be fair to Coach Cardoso, I think he might be starting to show the ability to be flexible tactically. And I think maybe that was some of the problems that we had with Rulani. Rulani was very tactically flexible at the beginning of the season last year. But then his tactics started becoming chameleon and stopped changing colors. And everybody could read it. Ukar also has given us a couple of different footballs in the games that he's been playing. And to his credit, he's won all the games that he's played. So maybe we're all complaining, but this is the game that you have to try play versus Richards Bay. And then maybe you can change your game versus the Stellies. For example, you can do something different versus Stellies. Isn't that a good thing? Maybe, if we're going to give him some credit. Mangoba died on the hill of his one football. So, can we say that? Am I reaching? Richards Bay can steal a point here. I'm so jealous of Pirates right now. Aye, man. Why are you jealous of Pirates? Don't be jealous of Pirates. Because you have to read Pirates' whole story. The big test is going to be Makesi. Can they switch it on after 8-1? Can they switch it on in that game? But it is a game of consequence. And Pirates, well, not consequence, it's important to Pirates because that's the team that did something to them last time. Well, I wonder if Richards Bay really wanted to do something. If Richards Bay really wanted to do something, put a ball in between the defense and the keeper. Make Onyango have to come out and retrieve the ball. Polokwane City did it to him and he got a red card. Abu Williams got the same type of... Sundowns is sitting a little bit deeper defensively, but you get what I mean. Put that ball in that space and have somebody run onto it. Umbutuma run onto it or whatever. You'll cause a lot more problems for Sundowns. There's the shot. There's the shot. 57 minutes in. It is 1-0. Mamelodi Sundowns taking the lead through Usailsman, who gets his second league goal. But you please go drink some cold water. Oh, this is our agent. I know, you're sitting like this. Like this. I say Pirates is the best. Wish them luck on revenge, says the king. They appointed a new coach, so new manager bounds. So they just lost the coach. You think they'll show up? What if they are Pirates' hoodoo team? We'll see tomorrow. Cole says, I love LFC. Hey, that's good, man. LFC, I believe they're number 1 in England and on the Champions League log. But we're talking about number 1 on the league log, on the PSL league log, the South African league log. That is Mamelodi Sundowns, who are currently leading 1-0 versus Richards Bay. Can you put Nsundwana in striker, please? Hashtag front 2, Nsundwana and Butuma, please. Oh, Khoza, man. Where did you guys find this Khoza kid? Oh, Khoza, man. Yo. Do you know he's going to bench people in the near future? It's going to be tough for Bafana. In the near future, it's going to be very tough for Bafana. I like that he does his job. Okay, Reina's coming in. So we've got Reina's for sales. Sales Wabato. Playing in the wrong position. But he scored a goal. Odisang's probably going to be the other one leaving. I didn't see who the second sub was there, who was standing there. Let's see. Hey. Yakichinywa manje. Kodisang off, yeah. RMR, the foreign car. RMR. Yay. Ike. Richards Bay, it was nice knowing you. But now we've got RMR back. I'm expecting Reynolds to drop into the 10. I'm expecting Ribeiro to drop into the 10. I'm expecting Reynolds to take up the right-hand side. I'm expecting Matthews to take up the left-hand side. I'm expecting a lot of runs that are going to be running like this into the box. Richards Bay better be very careful, especially on the counter. Very, very careful on the counter. But it goes Sundowns. I was about to attack. Then I saw him praising Sundowns, so I reserved my peace. Mangoba, thank you for Reyners and Khoza. Kekana did say we'll replace him. Sales Kipudi. Aye, Napoleon. Can't have one shot on target in 60 minutes? We've seen worse. But the Richards Bay is done for. Where is Mabu and Neo for Mudiba? Aye, Sundowns is going to be playing on the counter now. Aye, Reyners, why are you running all over the... Relax, boy. Relax. You don't need to do all that. 30K. Feel free to jump in, request by pressing the multi-guest button, and I'll give you a minute to just tell me how you feel about your team. I may or may not ask you some questions, so feel free, man, to jump in. 30K, thank you guys so much for the likes. Let's please carry on tapping the screen. Tata scream. And sendang the give, demand. Will Richards Bay open up spaces in the back? That is the question. Why is Ribeiro playing as a striker? Oh, please drop back in, Ribeiro. Release him. Oh, Richards Bay, if you defend so deep, something's going to happen. Force them wide. You have to force them wide. Ah, Morena. Umchikisile, Amaro Morena. Sundowns needs to play the ball back, suck Richards Bay out, and then hit them on a counter. That's what you need to do. The car has been gone for servicing. Let's test drive this thing now. Oh, so surprise, you vote for me by going to the link in my profile. There's a link in my profile, my TikTok profile. You click on it, it will take you to a voting page. So that page will have categories on it. Then you click on the Sports Creator of the Year category. Once you've clicked on that, you click on the Vote Now button that is next to my face. You'll see my face there. That is how you vote. You get one vote every day. One vote per category every day until the 31st of December at 1 minute to 12, 1 minute to midnight. So please, guys, please vote. I'm up against some monsters. So kupali voting. Okay, can you guys... Oh, wow. Everyone, Nicole, just like that. Thank you, Cole. This game is making me sleepy. Sundowns is that boring. Is it boring or is it tactical? Imagine our under-23 pairing Dottley and Khoza. Come on, Dottley. How old is Dottley? Dottley is 22. Wait. He's 22, Ghana. If Dottley can play with Khoza, centre back, if Bafana or any of the teams, if they can find a Kutsia, a healthy Kutsia. Who's a healthy Kutsia? I think Sundowns is missing a Kutsia here. Hey, Cole is focused. Khoza and Sesane. Yeah, it could work. But don't they both play on the right side? Okay, Luna, you've told me because modern football, you need... Hey, you guys have told me that you need your left-sided centre back to be a left-footed player. So would Sesane and Khoza work in that scheme? I think it's okay because Khoza is calm. Khoza, man, he reminds me of like Tabon Tete. It reminds me of those type of players, the calm one in the box. Abu Mabedi Lab. Should have passed that ball. 64 minutes in, it is still 1-0. If you want to know the time, add 45 to whatever my timer says, and that is the time. 33K, you can jump in. Feel free to request and tell me what you're thinking. Danko, coach. Can Natal Rich Boys score now, please? Says Ubongs. Dottley and khoza. What's it to Downs have a red card or something? Why? Oh, Ribeiro. Out of nowhere. Out of nowhere. Ribeiro has scored. Out of nowhere. Ahí está, man. Ahí está lo muntu, man. Ahí está lo muntu. He está. Ribeiro, out of nowhere, traps the ball wide, and I was about to complain about him being wide, so I guess that's where he is. Thank you, Cole. Maybe this goal will boost his confidence. Hey, yeah. This is where Sundowns get scary. And they get scary because this is only their third shot, maybe second run on target type of thing. They've got their 2 goals, they go home. We've complained, we've pointed things out, we've done all of that. And they've come and they're 2-0. No, it's not even a change of tune, Fanenom. It's why, I guess, like I said, Sundowns is a little bit scary at times. I don't know if they're going to be able to do this, but if you think about that Rulani season, there were so many times where Sundowns had no right winning those games. Mara, they won. This is insane. Oti Ribeiro, no way. They thought he was going to pass. We need another goal for Rainers. South Americans are balling today. 60 million scored. Then his continental a countryman scored. Oh, is the request button not there? It's there. You have to be following me. Squama, you did request. Wait, let me see. I want to see. Guys, please tell me if you can see the request button, the others. Please tell me. Unless something changed. Ah, there we go. I'm seeing 2. Okay, you see it. Okay. No, that's fine. Then I don't know. I'm not sure. Maybe just try going out and coming back in if you want to request. Do me 2-0. Just like that.
PK is Kawara. We're gonna make it 3. Yabona manje happy nangu Ujero Supers umember la uyabuya la umvile utheni uthi the score is gonna be 1-1.
What is it about Sundowns? Yeah. Did Richards Bay, Ian, there's something wrong? Or what is it?
Richards Bay, he created chances. If you can check, if first half not, even the second half, they did create chances. Sometimes if you can check, I'm a shot on target, I think I 2. Then all the shot on target back, I'm a shot on target at Tumapagat, and we're gonna beat them 3. Yeah, we're gonna give them 3. I'm telling you.
So if you're to advise Richards Bay, man.
They mustn't come playing Sundowns in a hurry. You mustn't press Sundowns. You mustn't press Sundowns. If you want to win against Sundowns, you mustn't press them. You must play your normal football that you know. If you know you are only playing aeroplane football, you can do that. Probably it can work for you. Yeah. Because if you can check set pieces corner, they are almost scaring if they are coming to you. They are scaring. Yeah. So you see good time. They can do it if they can play like that. They normally know that kind of football. The only team that is capable, that is allowed to play that carpet football, it's only Sundowns who can do that. So they mustn't disturb the system that you have. They must come here. We need to moor them today.
Yeah. Okay. Not to be let me figure it. Chero. 2-0. What changed? What happened?
Matthews. I asked for Matthews. So to answer to me, I'm happy to me I was wrong because I mean I was judging the game first half. There was, if you see now, Matthews is dropping into the midfield and is fetching or combining with other players. Now we're looking better. We're looking like a team. We're not playing in departments. I remember there was one comment, just going a little bit off topic, which was made by Pitso Mosimane. That time he was coaching Bafana. He said to be a South African coach or Bafana coach is hard because fans want beautiful football and wins.
Yeah.
So those things sometimes are not easy to have both of those things at the same time. So as Sundowns fan, we want beautiful football and wins. But look at what is doing. He's winning without any beautiful football. So
will you accept that? Do you think that Sundowns fans will accept it? Do you think that he needs to go win something in order for everybody to be calm? How do you feel about that?
I think so. I mean, as a Sundowns fan, I will not accept it because we cannot be like an Ahly. We cannot play for one goal and then shut off the game. You understand? Ahly does that. It just they create one chance or two chances and score one, and then the game is over. So Tina, as South Africans or Brazilians, we watch football for entertainment more than goals. Okay, we like goals, but if we're playing Shusha and we're playing this, that's why we even name our football Shusha and Piano. We're playing this because we watch it for entertainment. So now this for you remember Urud Kroll. You remember Pirates when they were playing what they were calling their football under Papich. They were calling themselves happy people. You remember?
Yeah.
But they never won anything, but they were so happy because that's our nature. We watch football for entertainment more than goals. Even now, we're still talking about Uto and Mokwena and the other guy who passed away, Umanyatela and this Rem. They were playing beautiful football. They were called happy people, but they never won anything. So this is our nature. As a Sundowns fan, I want to see Shusha and Piano. I want to see beautiful football. So, okay, fine, Katus is going to play this way, but how long is it going to last? Because Mano was doing the same thing. They fired him when he was number one. They fired Rulani when he won the league and lost semi-final. So, I'm not too sure what's going to happen with this coach.
Okay.
To be fair.
Yeah. Okay. Let me go to Vusi.
Uthi kunjani?
Kushintsheni Vusi, ungangibuzi. Ngifuna ukwazi ukuthi kushintsheni la manje ngiyeke. Anyway, Vusi ngikrend njani bro?
Ngigrand man nawuthi nala kuma comment ngibathinte we fixing South African football, we fighting no one. Sibeka njengoba injalo
asijiki futhi.
Yeah man, uthi mina I've got a question for E81 FC. Sundowns fans are complaining that Sundowns has dropped the standard, ne? Okay, fine. Even me, ngiyabona ukuthi they've dropped the standard.
Okay.
But now 81 FC, they say they've met Sundowns. They are close, very close to Sundowns to eliminate the Sundowns. Yeah. Now, when you say you are close to a team that has dropped the standard, don't you think once they are still winning? Mind me, they dropped the standard, but they are still winning. In terms of numbers, we say they dropped from 10 to 5. So when you meet them at 5, that's your last gear, and you're saying you are the best. Once they get themselves together, they going back to 10. Where is the gap between you? Are you gonna close that gap? No, you're not gonna close that gap.
Yeah. Man.
No, angili, but in terms of measuring yourself, you need to accept that you are on form, you are winning. But this team is like about 5 miles away from you. You need to get about 5 or 6 quality players to match this team. Because even if they're not playing very well, but they're still getting the result.
Is there a world where Pirates can close that gap this season?
If they can just stop being arrogant and say we are not where they are right now. We are not where Sundowns is right now. Let's get quality, 5 quality players. You need 5 quality players. Look at this team right now. There's no Kudiso Mutau here. If this was Pirates, they were going to tell you we are not playing good football because so and so is not here. Sundowns fans are not saying that. They are saying we have dropped the standard, but they are still getting the results. So it's worse when they say now we are back to our level. When are you chasing them? Where will you be now when they say we are back on our level, which is they will be on 10, you'll be on 5, and saying no, I'm already closed the gap, but you're still on 5. They are on the lower gear themselves, but you are on the high gear. If this is the best Pirates we have seen in years, mind me, they're not gonna win this league. That's fact, OT. If they are saying this is the best Pirates, they won't win this league because we've seen the West Sundowns who are still getting the results. And then when we see the best Sundowns, the gap will be far. I think the gap will be 10. Yeah.
Hey, me, I'm gonna leave you. I'm gonna leave you to the comments. Let me bring it to Stitch. I'm gonna leave you to the comments. I get it again. Let me bring it to Stitch. Stitch, welcome to the show. How are you?
Thanks, man. How are you? Long time, man.
Long time, Stitch. But Stitch, tell me, how do you feel about this game? What do you see?
I just feel like Richards Bay were unlucky. It's good that actually they're taking Sundowns on, but if you take Sundowns on or any other, or maybe Pirates on, just make sure that you defend better. But I think trying to press Sundowns actually it's a good thing, you know, because when you play against the big teams, you mustn't fear them, you know. Play your own game, because at the end of the day, the same quality players that Sundowns has, they take them from all these teams, from Supersport, Richards Bay, and stuff like that. So at the end of the day, football owners must understand that football is a competitive sport, and if you want more sponsorships, more fans to come to the stadiums, you need to compete. You know, there's no point just being in the league just to be in the top 8 or just aiming low. You need to compete for you to attract more revenue. You know, so I think it's a good thing that actually that Richards Bay is doing, taking Sundowns on. They're just unlike, I think maybe Sundowns is just using some muti or something, man. Because I feel like those chances Richards Bay should have buried. There's one in the first half, I don't know how it went wide. Another one in the second half that just hit the crossbar. I don't know. So I don't know. Maybe Sundowns is using something. I don't know. But then I also don't agree, man. If because I feel like when Sundowns wins, their fans, they just overrate Sundowns too much. But they don't see actually anything wrong, unless if they lose, then they're gonna come after the coach. But I feel like I don't think the standard of Sundowns has dropped. The reason why I say so is because Sundowns is rotating the team. So when you rotate the team, it's expected that you won't play the same way compared to if you keep the same starting 11 week in and week out. Then but Sundowns is rotating the team. I think they're trying to keep everyone fresh, because the Club World Cup is around the corner, and in the Club World Cup now you're gonna play against, you know, big giants. They're gonna play against Botafogo. You know, so you need to be prepared. You need to make sure that everyone is at the required standard. So
can I ask you a question about that? But a little bit of a separate question. How do you think Mamelodi Sundowns should approach the Club World Cup? Should they be pragmatic? Should they be defensive? Should they play their football, similar to what we're saying about Richards Bay and Sundowns, let's say?
No, they should play. They should play their own football, the one that we know, the one that Rulani actually built. Because the teams in that group that Sundowns is in, I think Sundowns can come out easily there, you know, if they play their own football.
Mara, they're the underdog. Shouldn't they play like a small team?
No. So, actually, Bafana is where it is now because of how Sundowns is playing, you know. Okay. So at the end of the day, if Sundowns is playing CAF the way you know, like they're either in the quarterfinals or in the semi-finals. They won the African Football League, you know, and then look at now where we are in terms of AFCON. We've got a bronze medal. So if we're gonna compete in the FIFA World Cup, then Sundowns has to come to the party in the FIFA Club World Cup, playing the same style, same football. If they change it, then I trust me, you know, because also another thing, right? If they play their own football, it's gonna give South African players confidence, because I believe that, you know, our talent in South Africa is similar to Brazil, just that I feel like maybe the coaches that we get, they limit us a lot, you know. So because coaches limit our players a lot, so South Africa is not able to fulfill its potential. Look at Morocco; they went into the last 4 of the World Cup, but we could easily beat Morocco actually twice, 2 rows, twice in a row. You get what I'm trying to say? But Morocco,
No, just finish that point. Just for time's sake, I have to jump in. You can finish that point.
Also, if a team like Morocco can reach the semi-finals with us, with the talent that we have, you know, I feel like we can beat a lot of teams, you know. So we mustn't limit ourselves. As soon as we limit ourselves, trust me, then we're gonna go back to where we were, square one.
No, Steve, thank you so much. Before I jump in, I let Kumo jump in. Theo Nyambono Khatebe, man, straight from the bench of Kaizer Chiefs. Now Chama free kick is pointing all over the place. The benches. Come on. Welcome. How are you, my brother?
Ah, sure, Brenda. How are you?
Nakimunati, man. Kumo 2-0. You're cruising very nicely. 81st minute. How do you feel about this game?
Hori cruising, definitely. Origa BM, I get. Or I got to policy to golf. I get one, get 2, I get. Yeah.
What's how I we park a one out the reto batting next time?
We will like a monwa, can't do a little Once small business.
We bulaka house key.
Once I get in my brother, what's again? I got a complaint. I get table or Velara and I don't consider anything so far. But if I'm being honest, performance of Sundowns here this time, it was a gore Richards Bay, before Rohan on Solohan. Because, like, if there were a serious team, but there were instances where they could have easily beat us. Actually, but I beat the Logore, like, Heli, about to go about Klinika. So, the positive second one, sales, I get it, and he's the most audited player in Africa. Everyone where you talk about vete high. Really? But it remains. Wadlalohanya. Memphis uwile. Wadlalohanya. So I like starting 11 is even though it's or risky, especially at defense. But yeah, so far so good. He's had some safe stadium mara lemohung nale a bit shaky. On Twitter.
So, Kumo, should you be worried about this, Mara? Should you be worried about this in the league? And if not, is it a worrying trend haliako Africa?
My bra, what's in Nengasowara? Because Renara is what you call this Africa. The thing is, like, people like to hold Sundowns to the most extreme, highest standards of football. Sometimes football, you score, go you find a way to score and win games. Whether or assist shoe shining piano, as long as we lose. Because you've watched Ahly play. Azanga wa fikawari. Ahly have changed. So why Helirina? Linyoko wala lere ish rewari the standard the silo say this not the Sundowns way. Mara whole level lam tadung favor by red. O favor Chiefs like why rina sansre rahadeli wagan twist thing. None to give out like a fellow my bra, I don't concede as much. I want it, which is one thing. Because I want to also concede, chances are you're gonna win the game. And like I want to also concede happy, little goal difference, little head-to-head go Africa. Just for like come we get the results. Go on. If I want to watch into a great football, nearly PS5, my brother, Caf FC what? Why one? Arnya gets you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. But let me bring it. Hendrik, welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you, Uncle.
But I'm good. Hendrik, tell me about this game, man.
I'm very disappointed ka Richards Bay. Richards Bay, yala wile Sundowns too much. Igala boliata say Sundowns ne.
Yeah.
Ne sponsor equity Sundowns igale bolia bona ba defend. Then they will counter. They will play with counter attacks. Like Sundowns today nesi obulela neti choose a few individual sensitive thing. Obone the goal, first goal, it was an individual person
Play, it was a move, yeah.
and second goal. So Richards Bay igale ball e tshwantsore iska igala too much. Ne tshwantsore at least ba tlile ka the counter attacks, but ba loketse at least two strikers. Se di na le pace. Sundowns today bashimane ba ba galang defense ba asibu kare ka ba tshepa, so ba nletile down too much. Yeah.
Ke batla go botsa ka yona Richards Bay. Do you think that Richards Bay also got comfortable? Ka bane na ba le ko 1-0. Wa bona the way ba attackang right now.
Yes.
Why didn't they play like this the whole time? It feels like they were comfortable ka 1-0. It's almost like they were happy. The Sundowns only scored 1.
Yeah, I think bona nevana hanor second half ikaba much better. Maybe nevana hanor a draw will be enough for them. Nevana second half kaka 1 goal nyana, then gala era defender. So Sundowns again second half yaba surprise aga another goal. So no, but under pressure, and then bako fatu kwa, and these games are so losing easily like this because of each and every game counts from now on. So it's Evagas level bago relegate you over to, and last season they played like this. Bagala ball sharp, but they're not getting goals.
Okay. No, Hendrik, thank you so much for joining me. Tiyo mganwam.
Sundowns is a lucky team. Hey. They like.
Usakumulu koshwabo ati we are God's favorite children.
Yeah.
Manje angazi who's God's favorite children now.
Namuhla ngiyabona. Imagine 2 shots on target, 2 goals, the whole 90 minutes. And here's a team, Shama Pali, Onyang Yatangalas, Onyang Puginya. And then someone comes in here, they're like, yeah, we dominating. I'm like, guys, man. Oti, to be honest with you, let me greet you and greet the guys. Sometimes it's so nice to be in the comment section, man. You even forget about anything. But nathi kusasa izululeza ngikhulume no-agent uthi uzongisendela i-mandate ukuthi kuhlala kanjani in order for your team to win, ukuthi kuminywa njani. So ngilinde i-minying prescription yabo. But yeah, Uti, man, the only difference here in this game is one player. They can say whatever they want to say. I'm support the Sundowns. Ribeiro, Ribeiro, the assist, the goal. You minus those 2 things, the Sundowns would have drawn or lost this game. They would have lost this game. But because they were going to commit a lot of players forward if they were drawing now, and that would have opened space for Umuntu 20 minutes. Also, there's a player who Richards Bay that only plays 20 minutes. Do you know him?
Bad.
Figueiredo.
Oh, Figueiredo.
I remember.
Who restricted? What is this color with Figueiredo? What is this color?
I used to watch him when the friend of the show, Uvusi, was the coach before they let him go. Playoffs. Always they would put him second half. And I was like, look at this guy. But Masa is openly came out. This one, so I mean, you look at what he's doing now. He's playing very great football. But unfortunately, like he played only 90 minutes. And fortunately for Sundowns, it's one case whereby there's one thing that I also want to comment on that I know about what Cardoso is doing is the very same thing Nabi did. Cardoso net difference is getting points. He's trying new players. That's why Mudiba Mashiro is changing. He's trying to give every player a chance. before he can have a first lineup, I can say this is my original first lineup. But the beautiful thing is he's still getting results, he's getting lama points lapanalapa. But to tell you the truth, I pray and hope Abozwane they come back soon enough. Because obviously for Ribeiro, I promise you when he goes to Africa, he's gonna have a problem. There's no agents anymore. There's no that awareness. So good no man, I have to be that guy. Magatoli Paul, I have to run. He's just now relaxed, and then ngale oti abadlali. Bom shainya undize moyeni, and then it's gonna be another Tembazwane last season where we say without Tembazwane they struggled. So unfortunately, but I pray Guti he comes back. Uzwane they combine Nanan, you know, and I saw that he posted that he's coming back. He's okay now, but you can see in the middle, Sundowns is disoriented. They are disjointed. There's nothing happening. That's why I'm saying they were just blessed because they have a star player in the team. They have a Mokwena who can marshal that defense very well.
Maradio, mina ufuna ukubuza ngayo le rotation. Are we still being fed lies about the depth of Sundowns? Ngoba every time abathi man, khona la kushota khona, basitela ngabomkhulise nabomayema. Is there something we're not being told here?
Who cares? Who cares that our players are injured? Who cares? Coach who cares that my star players are not here? Who cares?
Who cares?
Yeah, man. In total copy, but to tell you the truth, Naoti, Sundowns is not where they should be. They can say whatever they want to say. They're not where they should be. They should be even playing these games. Sadly, and also what I love about what PK and the other guys said second half, I love the fact that they predicted the changes, and it worked for them. Taking out Bandom Chitalo, Sales, Bano, Rorisang, and I feel sorry for the boy Korisang man as well, because he's a very quality player, but Sundowns, he means Lodge. He's the next Lodge. Mwamangana mawuzwa kuthiwa bamveze abamba amantombazane nge-31 she should okay. It's another large situation. Because you're already seeing where this thing is going, but the bringing on of Matthews and Reynas, man, it gave Ribeiro the freedom to run in the box now, and I think it made him more urgently, because before he was just more relaxed, because but there you could see the awareness to say, okay, here's the spot. I'm a local keepers to now with Richard Spain and play Malapoti. I'm Kabel and I so but there's a discussion we're having on the group before you let me go. Sorry for this long word, man. Williams, Bano Onyango. I will ask my Sundowns supporters, and he has a way change balance. Who do they think is the best Sundowns? Because there's something that I want to notice. Because now I'm seeing those who are not going with Williams, but they are going with Onyango simply because Williams got the red card last year. Now Onyango is I thought this would do FC got this money.
Hey, Maruti, you guys want to fight here. Guys, it's 1 minute left. I'm not going to stay long, you guys know. I'm still negotiating when I'm going to be back for the show properly. But I will be back tomorrow for the Pirates and the Chiefs games. That are going to happen tomorrow evening. It's so interesting, this Mamelodi Sundowns team. And I think it's interesting because I just want to speak about the results. You know, this man, Ukaroso, has, three wins? 4 wins now. He's going to have 4 wins now. He's going to have 4 clean sheets. He's not playing the best football, but is the result not the best football? Is the result not what dictates what football is good and what football is not? Because when Coach Mangoba was still coaching, people were saying, no, we can't play like this. What about this? What about this? Now, Umuntu Dala something similar, and we're seeing the changes. Number one. Number two, when you speak about the Sundowns bench, again, guys, look, Abu Sales, Abu Kodisang, I'm the person who says they've been playing out of position. Mara, look at what happened when the A team came back, right? Look at what happened, how different it was. So do we really have a Sundowns that has a lot of depth, or is it just something we tell each other because Sundowns is winning all these games? And credit to Sundowns for the win. It is now over. Then the last thing I want to speak about, is Lebza said something here, and he said, do we not believe that the teams have improved? No, I don't believe the teams have improved. I think, again, improvement goes by results. So you still have Pirates and Sundowns running away with it while everybody else is chasing. You have a Stellenbosch that has lost a consistency problem. They have a consistency problem. You have a Richards Bay that's number 15 right now, for example. Chiefs is number 9. Supersport has slid a little bit. The only team that maybe we can say is Ipulukwani City, maybe has been the one that has maintained. But for the rest of the clubs, it's looking pretty much similar to last season. I think Sundowns, when you say Sundowns has dropped the standard, we forget, like Vusi said, there's the Sundowns standard. So when they drop, they're here. Whereas there's everybody else's standards where we're all here, right? Pirates is performing above their normal standard in terms of the league right now. So I think it's not a negative thing to say that Sundowns maybe has dropped a little bit, but also you can't say Sundowns has dropped a little bit when they're winning. Results are results. 10 games, 11 games played, 10 wins, 1 draw, 22 goals scored, 4 conceded, 30 points. What can you say? But anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me. Thank you to everybody that gives. Thank you to everybody that contributed towards the likes that we have, the likes also that we have, guys. I am nominated in the Sports Creator of the Year, so please vote for me. Go to my profile, click on the link in my profile, go to the Sports Creator of the Year category, and click next to my name. There's a Vote Now button next to my picture. Click on that, and then you get to vote every day. So please, I'll remind you, but please, can we vote every day up until the 31st? On that part. Thank you guys so much for the support you've shown me. I will come back tomorrow for the Chiefs and Pirates games. Thank you to those watching on YouTube. Let me name the people that sent me stuff. Let me name the people. Kutrano, Kodani, Mishek, Lebza, Ausintabi, and yeah, thank you guys so much for the gifts on that side. I'll see you guys then tomorrow. My thoughts will be on my YouTube channel in about an hour and a half. It'll be on the YouTube channel. You'll hear exactly what I think. I'll break it down as far as I understand it. And then also, if you want to join the WhatsApp group, we've spoken about a WhatsApp group here. If you want to join the WhatsApp group, again, there's a link. Oh, you go to my YouTube, click on subscribe, click on join. When you join, in the members area, there's a link to your WhatsApp group. I let you in. You can join in on some of the greatest conversations that we have. If you guys think we're crazy here, you don't know what it's like in that group. It's an incredible place for football, incredible place to learn, to banter, it's a wonderful place. So please, if you want to do that, join via that route. Thank you so much to Adelaide for becoming a member there on YouTube. Danko. Guys, I'll see you tomorrow.